It's official.
The red light's on right there too.
Hmm.
All right. So what's going on, people? You know we here with Keisha, goal driven, GVO slash workout slash Nutriburst.
A lot of hats.
Yeah, a lot of hats, a lot of hats, a lot of hats. Phillips, right? All
Yeah,
right, all
at
right.
the end of all that, Phillips.
All right, gotcha. So yeah, we here. You know, we pretty much want to, tap into the business entrepreneur, philanthropist, motivational person that she is, and we just want to sit down and have a conversation with her, right? So if you want to introduce yourself to the people, let them all know some things I might have missed.
Okay. Well, on Facebook, I'm Keisha Goal Driven Phillips. On Instagram, I'm Keisha Goals with a Z at the end. And what I do is, first and foremost, most of you may know me because I'm the owner of Jivo Hookah Lounge. As far as the fitness goes, I've never been a stranger to fitness, but as of, I would say earlier this year, I really tapped into it and never tapped back out. So it's been like a consistent thing for me.
So what made you tap into it?
So I would say, when was it? The end of last year, 2019. Literally the end. It was so much going on that month. I have a cousin who's with the business, and she told me, well, the business is a company.
I was going to ask you, what's the business? 'Cause you skipped that. What's the business?
I know. I'm all over the place.
Yeah.
In my head, I know what I'm talking about, but I forgot to
Yeah,
mention
what's the
it.
business?
The business is called Total Life Changes. So it's based around healthcare products like detox teas and liquid multivitamins, all these good things that are good for your body.
Okay.
I know I'm like kind of just talking right
No, that's
here.
good.
But
As long as you're comfortable.
so it was towards the end of last year, but mainly my cousin mentioned it in November. And I was just like, that's not really my thing. I never sold like Mary Kay or Avon, or
Right.
the most I ever sold was Girl Scout cookies when I was young. And that's about it. As far as asking people to buy things, yeah, it never was my forte. So I'm like, nah, I'm shy. I don't want to do that. But I started researching it, and I started seeing real live testimonies of people's before and after pictures, their whole process through it, watching live videos. I tuned into an Instagram page. It's called 1000 Families. And then when you go on there, you just see nothing but our faces mainly. And
African Americans, you mean?
yes,
Okay.
yes. And they're like millionaires made from this company. So that's what intrigued me. Like, okay, let me research a little more. So then, December was a rough month between business being slow because of the holidays.
Right.
And then a very close friend of mine passing away.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Thank you. And it was so unexpected. And it was just so much going on. And literally, like, I think it was the day after Christmas, I just was like, you know what? I'm going to take a leap of faith. And if all else fails, I'm going to make what I put into it.
Okay.
Which isn't much. It doesn't
So
take
it was
much.
investment. You had to get into it. Invest something into it. Okay.
But you're investing in yourself, basically, because you're making the money. You're calling the shots. I do live videos. I do all kind of videos where I promote the products, and it's all on how I want to do it.
So is it like multi-level marketing? Is it like a multi-level marketing business?
Yeah. So with that being said, once I got into that, I never was a stranger to fitness. However, I always did it for like maybe a month or two, and then I'll go back into, I look good enough, let me chill out. But this, I just been keeping consistent with it.
And does it give you like, because I see you got was it Ultra Burst?
Nutriburst.
Nutriburst. I still say I was gonna call it Bladerax earlier, 'cause that's what I use, the Bladerax.
And I literally said I was gonna put it here just so you can see it, so it
you
can help you out.
Yeah, you had to tuck though. You had to tuck.
Oh,
It was tucked
sorry.
Behind the T.
That's
Okay.
my bad. My
So
bad. I should have had it out.
Okay, so does it give you like? Because I take sea moss, right? And I was going through some.
That's good too.
I was going through some medical things as well. I got hurt. At work, I've been working my whole life, so my body sometimes shows for it. So I have to work out now. So I take like sea moss. It makes me feel better, and it gives me like a little burst.
Yeah.
Right. So does that NutriBurst give you like that burst too? Like that
Yeah, absolutely.
workout?
Like with this, it's packed with vitamins, nutrients, minerals. It's all right here actually, and it's equivalent to eating 10 salads. and it's also an immune system booster. So I showed a video recently of me giving it to my 3-year-old son because he's been taking it as well. And I kid you not, I don't want to state any medical claims or anything like that, but my son had a very weak immune system where we were in the hospital a few times a month. Since this whole pandemic, he has not been in the hospital at all.
That's a good thing.
So, yeah, so it has boosted his immune system. And then, like, everyone takes it. Myself and my 2 children. We just have a boatload of these in the house. And my son, in the video, you can see him excited to take the NutriBurst.
Is it a fat burner, or is it just like an energy?
It's not a fat burner. It's literally a liquid multivitamin. So pregnant women can have it. Nursing mothers, like while breastfeeding, babies, elderly people. It's good for the whole family. So all you do is shake it up. You pour in a half cap of it, and that's it. And this one bottle will last you a month.
I need one of these.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to get one from you because I've been waiting for somebody to give me the bottle, but, you know, I ain't going to put no names out there. It's my bro, you know what I'm saying? But I'm going to have to get it directly from you, you know, I guess. And, yeah, I want to get the burst. And so I got a question because I saw your Instagram earlier, and I saw you, like, take a dive or take a dash up the stairs, the rocky stairs that we got over there on Swan Street, right?
Yeah.
Did you take that shot before you took that?
Oh, yeah. I take this every morning. I didn't literally take it right there in the moment, but I should have because that would have been, good promotion. But
I saw the guy laying on the floor, too. I was it was the guy.
Oh, my gosh. Yes.
Did y'all put him there, or was he just there?
No. The thing is, it was a homeless guy. I don't like to use the word bum. Right. I really don't like to call nobody a bum. So it was a homeless guy. And we get there, like me and I call him my brother. Right. He was my first bouncer when I first opened up. And we just established a great relationship. His name is Phil. And I hit him up first thing this morning. I'm like, yo, you want to go work out? He's like, I'm with it. I'm down. Because he always say we need to work out together. And I say the same. So he was with it. He was like, yo, let's meet by the stairs. Let's do the stairs. And I'm like, you know what? I do want to tackle those stairs. Like, that's my new challenge because I used to work at a law firm that's at the top of the stairs. And that's when I was much bigger. And on my lunch break, sometimes I would take a walk, and I couldn't make it all the way up them stairs walking without taking a stop for, like, some fresh, just catch my breath, basically. So I was all for it. I'm like, I just wonder if I could do it. So we pull up, and he like, yo, you want to walk up them first just to get yourself acclimated to it? I'm like, no. If I'm going to do it the first time, turn on that camera. That'll make me go hard, and I'm going to do it. So he was like, I don't know. Like, even I stopped, like, a little more than midway up there. So that just really, like, the Aries in me was like, challenge accepted. Let's go.
All right.
Let's go.
So that was a goal that you set before, and you accomplished that goal today. How did you feel?
I felt great. I mean, I did the little rocky jump.
I saw that at the end. I'm like, because I was wondering, I'm like, she's running. I wonder if she better do the Rocky jump if she she better do the Rocky.
Yeah, I started to do a little of this too, but I ain't have it in me. I'm just like, listen, these thighs about to get out.
That was dope. I'm not even sure if I can hit the stairs. I want to hit them stairs one day.
I had a lot of people hitting me up like, yo.
Hit them stairs.
Yo, I could barely walk them stairs. You did good. And I'm like, listen, when that camera come on, like, it's just like an instant push, a rush. My next challenge is the hill in Menands, if you guys are familiar, the one between KFC and Mobile. That really, Okay. I want to take that down. Okay. Now that's a major challenge.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that. So yeah, that's dope. You set a goal. You drove the goal, so that's why your name is Keisha Goal Driven.
Yeah, and then Instagram is Keisha Goals. Okay. And then my team that's assigned under me through this company, TLC, I call them the goal getters. So I just keep the whole goal thing going. Okay, nice. And it's just like, I like a challenge. I like to push myself because before I always became complacent. If something was too hard, I just fall back and be like, nah, it's not really for me. Now, every level of jumping out of the comfort zone, I'm just with it. Like, even with this, I was nervous as hell.
And this is important. And I know right now, because, I know we just came through a pandemic with the COVID and stuff, and, the immune system had to be strong. So is business going right now good because of that system?
It's going great.
I see a lot of people more health conscious now.
Absolutely, especially with the gyms closing. So it's like you don't really have much of an outlet. And then we were told to stay indoors for so long. So technically you weren't supposed to be outside working out. But I have a lot of videos where I worked out inside my house.
Right.
Like I'm doing mountain climbers, I'm doing push-ups, things like that. And then I have my days where I choose different places around the city to work out by myself.
Okay.
Because, I mean, I've worked out with some people, but sometimes working out with others can be a distraction
Right.
because you get to chatting in between and time is just going by and it's like time is money. I need to do what I gotta do and keep it moving.
Okay. So I see you got some more stuff on that table too. What else? You
Oh
got
yeah. So this is the detox tea. This is the lemon flavor. This is my favorite. This is what I take every day. So what I do is take a half bottle of water and I pour in 2 packs and you close it up, shake the bottle, and you're good to go. You drink that 30 minutes before eating a meal.
So it flushes your whole system out.
Yes. You'll feel
Be
it.
in the bathroom.
Yeah. Actually, I bought you 2 samples.
Get wicked. Get wicked, huh?
Yeah.
They get real.
But the thing is that everybody says right away is that, yo, I feel so much lighter.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it'll get rid of the bloat. But even if you don't have bloating, you'll be surprised that you can walk around with up to 20 pounds of waste sitting in your colon, your intestines. That's going to flush out your liver, your colon, your intestines, like all your internal organs. Flush them out. And you're going to feel better. And I mean, like I said, I make no medical claims. Like my thing is everybody's body is set up differently. Some people take a few days for it to kick in if you're not taking it right. I always suggest to people to do a half bottle with 2 packs because it's going to get it going through your system better.
Okay. So with this, how do I take this? Just take 1 glass?
It's instant.
1 glass?
So you literally just cut it open and pour it in the water and shake it up and drink it down.
So do I take it every day or just when I'm feeling like...
It's up to you.
Yeah.
I take it every day. But I won't lie. I fell off for like a week because I was running so much and it's like with this, I didn't want to get caught up somewhere and have to use the bathroom and it's like, no.
Right. It get nasty, right.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, all right, so this, all right, so pretty much, and this is the same thing as those right there?
Yeah, this one is actually the regular. This one has CBD in it. So it's no THC, so it's not going to get you high or nothing like that. But what it is that, like, if you suffer from anxiety, depression, insomnia.
I might need that because I got some arthritis or something like that. So I take the oil, the CBD oil. You know, because I got the medical marijuana, I got the medical stuff.
I wish I brought the Alleviate cream.
I'm medically disabled. You know, so
Yeah.
I'll be telling my wife, she'll be like, "You're not wrong with you. I'm medically disabled." You know what I'm saying? But
Men
that
are big
CBD,
babies.
but that
We know
CBD
men
tea
can be
right
big
there,
babies.
I might have to try that out. And what's the other one you got?
Well,
there?
the Alleviate cream is what I would want you to try. I have my own, so you can use some of it. I wish I had remembered to bring it, but it's literally on my counter. This stuff was in my car. Like, I ride around with this stuff. Because I'll get a call at any moment. Like, hey, you got it? I got it.
Okay.
I'm on my way.
Good. Hustle.
Yes. So this is NRG pills. It stands for natural raw energy. And that's exactly what it's going to give you, natural raw energy. And by the way, all of this is all natural. So it's no hidden poisons, chemicals, nothing like that. The ingredients are things that you can actually read and understand. So it's a go. And then this also burns 300 to 600 calories. It gives you mental clarity and it curbs your appetite. And you just take 1 a day. You don't have to take them every single day. It's up to you. Like, I took 1 this morning. Phil, who I worked out with, he took 1.
Okay.
He also has the coffee because there's coffee that curbs your appetite and burns fat. So he bought that from me yesterday. So he had that along with this. This morning I had this, and Life Drops.
So could you, like, if you mix them up, could you, like, overdose or could you, like, do something too much? Or could you,
It's all natural, so it's all good.
Okay.
Like, I know people that are taking, like, 6 different products at once.
So you pretty much, okay. So it's like, all right, so you saving lives out here.
I'm trying to,
Okay.
however I can.
That's important right now because, you know, right now, what's going on, because this pretty much, this podcast is about solutions, right?
Absolutely.
You know, solutions, you know, we have a lot of, a lot of times we have a lot of what you call it, like issues. We speak about the issues, all right. You know, we got bad health in our communities. We underprivileged. We this, so this is about solutions, creating solutions, right?
Right.
So I know this could be a solution for your health if you got bad health. You know, um, you said you was going through some stuff before you started taking this. Right?
Yeah, I actually, all my life since I was a child, and this is me being transparent here, but I suffer from IBS, which stands for irritable bowel syndrome. So with me, where the normal person goes every day or at least a few times a day, I was only going every few days. And that was since I was a child all the way up until I started taking these products. And this is no gimmick here to sell them because they pretty much sell themselves. Anyone who's taking the products know that they work. But it's the truth. Now it's every day, sometimes a few times a day. And it really does give me more energy. I feel lighter. I wake up sometimes at 5 o'clock in the morning with nothing to do. Sometimes I figure it's a great time to meditate or something like that, or just see if messages come to me because, you know, I'm a firm believer in that. But
so it gets you more
no
focused.
alarm clock.
Get you focused and you ready to go.
Absolutely.
That's good.
Absolutely. And I'm just always on the good vibe wave. Like, you know, with Jivo.
I see the shirt right there. I was going to ask you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jivo stands for good vibes only. I just call it Jivo as an abbreviation because, you know, you don't want to say, I'm going to good vibes only hookah lounge.
Right.
You want to simplify it. I'm going to Jivo tonight. And even with, I've been
hearing about Jivo a lot too, you know, before the pandemic.
Yeah.
It definitely was, it was working with Jivo.
It was the spot.
Yeah. So what's going on with that? What's going on with the Jivo?
Well, so the big announcement that I have regarding Jivo is that it is with great sadness, and I know I'm smiling, but I'm smiling because I'm nervous, but Jivo will be closing permanently.
Oh.
Yeah. Due to the whole pandemic thing, you know, with the whole breathing, even when you guys go to restaurants and you see that you have to be seated like every other table, 6 feet away. If you've ever been to Jivo, then you know it's an intimate setting.
Right.
There's no way to sit people like every other couch. And then the whole breathing techniques. It's like deep breathing. So with all this COVID stuff going on, you can't avoid what's in the air because you're blowing it out there. So it's really no way to survive right now because seating somebody at every other couch, unfortunately, to keep it real, is not going to pay the bills.
It's not going to work, right.
So it can't last. And it's unfortunate because I've had so many people, especially my loyal customers and everything, constantly hitting me up, hey, what's going on with Jivo? We miss Jivo. I have a lot of people saying, oh, my memories from last year keep popping up. It's sad. What's going on? I want to come back. And it's just been breaking my heart because it's like, geez, how do I put that out there for everyone? I didn't want to just put it in a post. I felt like that's too cold. And I felt like I owe my customers more than that. So
definitely appreciate you coming on here and letting people know that. You know, I'm going to miss the Jivo Land. You know, let me come through do my photography thing in there.
Of course, you did your thing.
Welcome. You know, it's always your love for Jivo. So what's next? Wait, hold on. Anybody say anything on there?
Well, you have someone named Kristen. She just said she never been, so she's like, damn it.
Okay, it's okay.
I'm sorry. I mean, you can watch videos. There was tons of people putting up snaps and, you know, a few that we put up there as well. But
and how long was you in business for? How long was you going?
2 years.
2 years. Okay,
2 years.
That's nice.
And of course, you plan on going way more than that.
Right.
I just feel like, you know, with everything, there's a hidden blessing.
Right.
So I try not to get bummed out about letting go of anything, whether it's a person, a place, a thing. It's just, if it's time for it to go, you let it go because that means hopefully that something bigger and better is coming to replace it. So it does suck though because it was a lot of good times. A lot of good times.
So what's next on your agenda? You know, what's
Well,
next for?
What's next? I'm pretty much just giving it up to my creator and letting my creator guide the way, as well as my ancestors. I'm a firm believer in, you know, my ancestors working with me, believing in me, pushing me. And I know that this is not the end.
Right.
It's just
So do you think about doing like a fitness? Like, do you think about doing more products? Or,
I'm still going to continue this. And then I also have my Good Vibe Mornings that I do on live. I haven't done it in like 2 weeks because I had to give myself a mental break. Like, people don't quite understand, like, you know, how we portray ourselves on the outside is not always what's going on the inside. And again, this is just me being transparent because it really makes me a little bit uncomfortable to talk about these things, but I know that it helps.
I'm quite sure a lot of people go through the same thing, so it's good that you are speaking about it for people that's looking in too. You know, some people that's feeling the same way you feeling, but don't know how to express it. So I think this is good too because it's helping other people get more, you know, familiar with certain things that they're going through. You know, so I definitely appreciate you coming because you was a business owner.
Yeah.
So how important is it for you to fall back and get that mental space as being a business owner and dealing with customers, dealing with, you know, production, distribution, and, you know, all that stuff like that, you know.
Absolutely. And people have to understand you're a business owner, but you're a person too at the end of the day. And I'm humble no matter what. You could give me $12 million, I'm going to still be the same person. Just a little bit more upgraded, but, you know, still the same person. I give to the homeless. Like I said, the guy that was in my video, you know, he did his little cameo on the ground, but to me, he's not a bum. He's just somebody that needs help. And I ended up giving him snacks and everything before I left. You know, he eventually woke up because we were a little afraid that he was dead. We had to stand there and stare at his stomach for a while.
I thought he was just dead. I thought somebody put him there. I thought
no.
they put him there as a prop or something.
No, we showed up on the scene. I'm like, okay, are we doing this with him or like?
He just kept going. He was right there, guy on the ground.
Yeah.
He was sleeping good too.
He was out cold. There was like a groundhog or something that came up to him and kissed him or something like that. And he just was still out cold. Out cold.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Out cold.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But it's a lot. I mean, it's a lot going on in the world.
It is. It is. How you feel about what's going on in the world right now as far as the Black Lives Matter movement and the, you know, the violence in the community right now? You know, it's a spike in violence right now, and you know, everything going on. You know, the health situation. It's a lot going on at once. For 2020, it was like we just got hit with everything at once.
Absolutely.
How are you able to maintain it? How do you feel about that?
The thing is, like we all know, 2020 means perfect vision. So I feel like with everything going on in the world, it's for us to gain a clearer vision of things. So you got people that, like with the whole pandemic, you have your different sets of people. You have your group of people that are like, you know what, this is my chance to binge watch and drink and eat and just relax all day. And you have your people like, you know what, this is finally time for me to sit down, get my thoughts together, reflect, maybe start my own business, work out more, get into my health, take care of myself better, spend time with my kids. And, you know, it's different sets. And I don't judge anyone on what they decide to do. But either you're going to gain that clearer vision or you're not. And then as far as what's going on in the world, as far as the violence, all the recent violence in Albany right now, it saddens me because it's like when we finally... And we've pulled together at other events because I did the Trayvon Martin, you know, the March for him. And I've been a part of different things throughout the years. But this has been, I feel like, the strongest movement. Like constant protests going on, which I've been a part of a few. And it was awesome. Great energy, no violence, nothing. But you have people that are just lost, in other words. And I think those are the ones creating all the violence. They need to be saved. They're really lost in the mind. To them, it's none of this Black Lives Matter. I don't think they were a part of this. So when people of different races, or even our own people, I see them like, okay, 1 minute y'all chanting Black Lives Matter, next minute y'all killing each other. It was, again, different sets of people. I don't believe that the people that are causing all this violence were in the protests peacefully protesting. I think just two different kinds of people. And like I said, it does sadden me because, you know, what do? You try as hard as you can to save everyone you can and be in unity, but some people are just not there mentally.
So what would be your solution, you think, for some of this? Like if you was to, you know, look into your part, you know, as far as like what you think would be the solutions for, you know, I know we can't do everything, but like saying, right, if I could have one pie in the sky, what would it be?
I mean,
pie in the sky be right now? Like,
I just feel like things were different when we were growing up. We had community centers. We had so many things to get involved with the youth. And then our parents were way more in tune with us. Like they were on us. They didn't play no games, and it was like a village that helped raise you. You know, I don't know.
So you think the parent and the parent communication with the child is no longer there?
In some cases, no, because a lot of parents these days are distracted. You know, a lot are selfish, and they're just all into just being on the go. And here it is, this kid at home, bored with nothing else to do. An idle mind is the devil's playground. So we can't. I mean, we can blame them because we're all responsible for our own actions, but at the same time, sometimes it's the root of it, and that's what we got to look into.
So we need to get more connected.
Right, definitely more connected. I mean, like I said, when I was growing up, it was like a village. The neighbors could whoop you if they saw you doing something wrong. Now it's like everybody screaming, "Don't hit my kid! Don't touch my kid! My kid didn't do that."
It's a disconnection.
Right. We got to stop being biased. We got to stop worrying more about Jordans than we do about books. You know, like I was never, and again, I don't place judgment on nobody, but I'm not the name brand type. I never really cared too much for name brands because when it comes down to it, a lot of these name brands, these fashion designers and things like that don't even want us wearing their clothing or rocking their bags or anything like that.
That's been exposed.
Right. So we're paying $500 for a T-shirt where the owner doesn't even want you wearing it. Like that's where you just lost. Because $500 on a T-shirt, think about what you can do with that money instead. You know, that's either food in your fridge or, you know, investing in your children's future, getting them some books, sitting down with them, going on a little vacation or something like that, spend some quality time. You got a lot of families where you go out to eat and you see them all in their phones. The kids are in their phones, the parents in their phones. Everybody's more in tune to what the outside world is doing. You're on Facebook seeing what everybody else got going on instead of enjoying the time that you have right there in the present time. So
you think we need to get more connected?
I think a lot of us are lost behind technology, yes. Absolutely.
And you mentioned about more community centers and like what mentorship or just community centers where the youth could go and
there used to be Big Brother programs, like whatever happened to that? Like sponsors that would come and get your kid. Now, I guess now you gotta worry about pedophiles even more. Like, you know, somebody taking your child and, you know, human trafficking, you got that going on. It's just so much going on in the world that you have to be, you almost feel like you gotta live in fear. I refuse to live in fear. But they put that out there, especially the media. It's to control your minds. Like me personally, I haven't watched the news in years. Because to me, it's depressing. Even if they're going to show you a highlight of somebody in the basketball team or something like that, then it's like either at the bottom of the screen or next thing coming is who got shot on the corner or something like that. And I refuse.
Well,
like
that's kind of why we're doing this too, so we can start our own news. You know, we can start broadcasting our own things, our own positive things that's going on. Like you're an entrepreneur. People don't speak about that. You promoting health. That's positive in our community. People don't speak about that. The news won't say nothing about that. You might get a small clip saying TVO, and it's like what happened to everything else she was talking about, the NutriBurst and everything else. So that's what this show is about, and it's also about building the community. So we have like a directory, right? So when people come in, they have this health part, we could direct them to you. You know, people need to sit down and vent. They could direct them to us. We had Irv come on last week. He does the real estate. People have real estate program. They could speak to him about that. So we pretty much building the community, you know. So when we do need to build our community, as you said, a village, whatever, we know who to reach out to, right?
Absolutely.
That's what this platform is pretty much for, you know. And so I just wanted to know, like, if we was to get the community center, would you be available to give some ideas or some input on what you know, how you was raised, what center you was raised, and what can we add to our community centers to help some of our young women that's growing up, maybe, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. And a lot of young people are going through so much that they're afraid to talk to anyone or they don't know who to talk to. Because I went through things as a child. Like, I was raised by my grandmother who was 52 years older than me. God rest her soul, she's no longer here. But there were things that she and I couldn't relate to because of the age gap. And being that I didn't have my parents, I went through these things alone and nobody knew about it, like depression. I tried to commit suicide and people in my family had no idea. Like, they're learning about it now because I'm more open now, and it's like, I gotta face these things, I gotta let it out. But there are kids that are actually going through that, and we see it all the time, how many young kids are taking their own lives because of bullying in school, and they're not talking to their parents about it, or maybe they feel like their parents are too distracted to care, and all sorts of things that are going on, molestation within families and things. I just feel like kids need to feel like they can go to somebody, but it needs to be somebody relatable, not somebody who...
You have to already been through it at one point in your life.
Right.
To be able to relate. So how could you... I know you probably had some intuition that you could tell if a person is going through something, right? And what advice would you give that person that you may see something in them that you saw in yourself at a younger age that made you know that turnaround or whatever the case was? What type of advice would you give that person that maybe watch this that when they hear something positive they're going through, help them out what they're going through?
I would tell them, don't be afraid to speak up. Just find the right source. You don't want to tell it to somebody that's going to go run and tell your business and tell everybody like as if it's just a new gossip on the street. Find someone that you're comfortable with and sit them down and just say, I have something serious to talk to you about. Like, make sure that they know that you are serious about what you're about to say. But you shouldn't harbor it. Don't suppress it, because eventually what you hold inside will eat you up on the outside. And you'll find yourself just being miserable. Me, I used to always put on the front. Like, around people, I'm going to smile, I'm going to laugh, I'm going to joke, I'm going to go home and be miserable. Because my misery just never liked company. I just never been into, I'm having a bad day, so screw you, F you, blah, blah, blah. Like, I'd rather just sit in my house for days and just be alone and tell people that I'm busy. And that was how I handled things. But it ate me up. It really did. So you just have to find somebody that you feel comfortable talking to that you feel will understand.
So if somebody's watching this, could they come talk to you?
Absolutely.
Could they reach out and talk to Keisha?
Absolutely.
Goal-driven.
Listen, I cannot tell you how many people reach out to me via inbox or DM due to my Good Vibe Morning, my live videos where I'm speaking about all sorts of things. I'm starting off with my Himalayan salt lamp going. I got my sage burning.
Okay.
I'm just all about good vibes. I take my products, everything. Good Vibe Mornings, Good Vibe everything. So.
And what time could they catch you doing the Good Vibe Morning? How people?
Yeah, so
with
with that, I'm kind of like all over the place.
Okay.
I don't really have a set time, and I need to get that, but it's so hard because sometimes I literally wake up and I'm doing stuff.
Right.
And then I'll try to catch myself like, you know what? All right, I got a quick half an hour. Let me try to get something out there. And so I haven't set a schedule, but I do, after I do the live, I post it on my page so that people can catch it throughout the day.
Okay.
And I always get people like, thank you so much for doing this. You really brighten my day. I love your energy. I'll get inboxes. I'll get DMs.
So if any females that see a video and get motivated, could they hit your inbox?
Absolutely.
No creeps, no guys, no creeps.
Oh my gosh, I say that all the time. Yes,
no creeps. We're talking about female motivational sisters getting involved and hitting up. They want to get motivated and building the communities. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I actually do have a group chat with like a bunch of my clients who have bought products, and we encourage and motivate each other. We share recipes, fitness tips. Just making our smoothies. We share videos of us taking our products, all type of stuff. It's just encouragement to keep on going. So I always get that it's a good vibe. But I wanted to ask you a question. Because now you're in the hot seat. Now it's your turn. So I personally have never heard of this podcast. So how long have you been doing it?
Okay. Podcast, right? All right.
Not so bad.
So I've been doing this podcast. I started really doing this segment of the podcast. I just got this office maybe about a month ago or something like that. So I've been doing this in this office for about a month now. But I've been doing the Solutions Project for about going on probably like 2 years now.
What's
I've been
that?
getting interviews. Solutions is pretty much solutions is like it's the answer to the questions that we always ask, right?
Yep.
Why is so much violence in the community? Why is we get systematic racism, and why is the children acting up in the streets? And so I pretty much said, right, instead of us keep asking questions, why don't we already know all these things that we're dealing with, why don't we just come up with some solutions? Right? So I started, a couple of my friends were getting killed in the streets. So I went and interviewed some of their parents, their fathers, and stuff like that, and they was giving up. Brother minister, he gave me some good feedback. He lost his son last year. Khalil Burns, Brazy. We lost a couple of people. We lost a couple of people. Elijah, cancer. We lost Elijah. So it was like a lot of it was a lot of beef in the city, and I was back to back with it. I was in the middle of pretty much trying to mediate it. Because these are my friends be killing each other. So it's like I'm always been more empowerment. So I said, right, what can I do instead of, because I did marches, I did all the marches. Not saying it's not good, but it's like we have to come up with something else besides just marching. We've been marching for almost 100 years now. So it's like, all right, let's try to be proactive now. So I came up with this, and I've been interviewing. I interviewed Conroy Green, Brother Conroy Green. He does the financial literacy. So he said, some of my issues is financial literacy. Which we don't know about a lot of money. Sometimes we have a bunch of money, we just blow it. But a lot of times
I've seen that happen.
We make the most money. You've seen in G1 line dudes come through, spending money, throwing money away. You know what I mean? Because that's what we do. Because we're ignorant to the fact that we can invest in certain different things. So I got him. Another one I got. Was
real estate.
Bugs. She spoke about mental health. Because a lot of times we lash out because it's a big mental health issues that we're dealing with out here too. A lot of people don't deal with that either.
Absolutely.
We dealt with that. We dealt with a lot of guys don't know how to fight, so they pick a gun up. So you dealt with the hands up, guns down.
Right.
So we just had a lot of different conversations, which was good. And I was interviewing the people, so I said, all right, let me start a podcast so we could just bring everything to the light now, and just keep those conversations going, and hopefully we step up to the plate and start making some changes.
That's
real
awesome.
Estate with the homes. We had Irv come through. He spoke about the land bank. The land bank, how they have systems blocked up where we can't get certain buildings and certain opportunities that's presented to us because we're so spread apart.
Right.
Other cultures, other nationalities come together. So we come together as a fist is stronger than us. Just this person over here getting out, this person over here getting out. So now we come together like this. No, you can't deny all of us if you're doing this program in our community. You're using our situations to get your budget, but we can't have these properties or whatever that we're entitled to.
Right.
So this is pretty much solutions. Is pretty much to get us coming together as the community and to get some changes, to cause changes. Instead of just marching and rallying all the time. Let's come through let's start striking some
ideas.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, because that's what our people did back in the day. They marched.
Right.
That was their solution to things, or the way that they got their point across. But it's
Right.
2020.
And we're still doing the same thing.
Right. We got to think of a better way, a different way. Like the times change.
Right.
As we see, as decades go by, things change. We
Absolutely.
could keep the same tradition and do the marches here and there, but we got to find a better way.
Right.
Something
Absolutely.
that's really going to work. Now, who's Irv? I know you keep saying
Irv
Irv.
Ackerman he's a realtor. He's a
Ackerman.
real estate broker, Ackerman. He was in charge of opening up the land bank properties.
Okay.
Right? He just resigned. His podcast was like last week too. You could probably look on the live. It's on the live. I'm gonna put it up on the YouTube channel too. All these podcasts will be on the YouTube channel.
Okay. So subscribe to your YouTube.
Yeah, Solutions. Subscribe and like it, please. Share it.
Gotcha.
Yeah, subscribe to the
you.
YouTube Solutions. So Irv Ackerman was the building director for the land bank. And he was doing the YouTube. He was doing everything for the land bank. But he was still getting blocked. He still had barriers. So he resigned last week. And he gave us the inside of why we unable to get so many properties. Why we pretty much blocked from getting these properties that's in our communities. They got lots for $1,000. They got lots for $100 going all the way up. So he pretty much said that they're pretty much there so the companies could come and buy lots and clusters and give it out to other people in the community, which I said that's wrong because if you empower people that's in these communities that's been here, their mother's been here, their fathers, their grandfathers, fathers been here, you give these people these properties, we're not going to let nobody. That's like saying you put money into a building that you're working on, right? You see somebody come by and throw trash on the steps you just swept. You're going to be like, nah, hold on, you bugging. I just did that. That's my work, right?
Right.
Versus somebody that's coming up from nowhere around this area, they do some work on the property, they get up and leave. People in there like, I don't know that person, this ain't my stuff, you know what I'm saying?
I
So you
believe
empower
that.
people more if you give them stuff back, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's pretty much what we're trying to work on building.
It's like you have to jump through so many more hoops. Like, even when I was opening the business, I had contractors telling me, like, you know, I've done a lot of buildings, and I noticed that with black people, because I hate to call us minorities.
Right.
I really hate that.
Right.
That, especially women, we have to jump through so many more hoops.
So many hurdles, right.
Like, with the building department and everything, all of the codes and licenses and permits you have to get. They were like, they've seen people attempt to open businesses and run through all of their money because of all the things.
Process.
Yeah, the
red
whole
lining.
process.
He spoke about the red. It's called the red
Yeah.
lining. It's
And
the
they
red
give it
lining.
up before
Right.
they even open. And I'll admit, even with me, I totally ran out of money. And I was supposed to open December of 2017. I opened in March of 2018. So
Okay, the red
when
line.
I opened, it was like, listen, we got to open now or we ain't going to be able to open. So it was like, do it now. And it saddens me to hear that people put all their money into something and never open
And the
it.
systems are set up that way. That's why.
Yeah.
The systems
To
are set up that
discourage
way.
you.
So, because you know what, they say that the Jewish money stays in the community for 28 days before it goes out. The Chinese dollar stays in the community for like 21 days. I think it stays in the community, circulates. The white people will stay, I guess, for maybe 20 days or something like that. African American, black people, 6 hours, and it's gone.
I was going to say, how many hours?
6 hours and it's gone, so that's what this is about, I definitely, that's pretty much what the solution is about, is coming out, with solutions. I definitely appreciate you coming to the show, I definitely want to have
Absolutely.
you, how you come to the show more often, you know what I'm saying?
I'm
That's
all
what this is
for
about,
it.
yeah.
Can I say something really quick?
Yeah, absolutely.
Before we wrap? I just want to take a moment and thank everyone, my customers, my loyal customers, all the people that brought the good vibes, because the business can't survive without you. So I want you to know how much you're appreciated, from the bouncers to the promoters, the DJs. I appreciate every last one of you, and I don't want you to think that I took anything for granted. I actually had a great time with you guys. We shared a lot of great memories that I hope that you guys cherish as much as I do. And we just going to keep the good vibes going. Keep the good vibes going. Love on one another. Respect one another. Let's do way better than we ever did before.
Absolutely. Appreciate that. Anybody else got anything that you want to say? Anything? All of you all good? All right, so yeah, the solutions, we're going to keep everything going. Remember, they got Wall Street, we got all streets. Yo.
All right.
All right.